welcome all to this amazing entrepreneurs episode 9 of the volume 1. Today, joining us is Vishakha Vidani from Avyannaa. Before we get started with this candid conversation with Vishakha today, let me take you guys through what Amazing Entrepreneurs is. Amazing Entrepreneurs is a series of conversation with amazing entrepreneurs who are building something meaningful, something good. Through these conversations, we are trying to highlight the hustle behind building businesses and building brands. In this ninth episode, Vishakha, she is a sustainability writer turned entrepreneur and environmentalist who is trying to give more sustainable lifestyle options in terms of that helps the environment and make this world a better place. So, rather me taking that chance to introduce what you are doing, I want Vishakha you to take over and tell us about your background, how you started, and your brand Avyannaa.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much, Amrit, for having me on board. So basically, I come from Nepal, and it's been like 6 months that I've started my entrepreneurial journey. And before that, I was a sustainable writer. And there, while writing articles and everything, I realized, there's so much you can do. And there is like climate change is something that is real, and we all are facing about it. But, instead of thinking of doing something big, we can have incorporate habits that we do in daily lives that can contribute, help our planet. So that was the entire motive of starting Avyannaa. So where we give you options, and you make choices that are earth friendly. And yeah, that's how Avyannaa started.
So we usually, when we start our sessions, we start with this question that how your business is helping people or helping the planet. But I think that is already established. The purpose of your brand is trying to give more sustainable options in terms of lifestyle products that people use in their day-to-day lives. Tell me, when you said that it's just 6 months old, and it is really nice to have such enterprising people like you with us on our sessions. While that's there, talking about when you started 6 months back, a factor of self doubt, did it was it present, and if yes, how did you deal with it? Self doubt could be from yourself or from people around you.
So, to be honest, Amrit, I think we all go through this self doubt sometime, some point in our lives. And I think being an entrepreneur is like you have days when you're really anxious, when you're really like, you're just so emotional about things because things are not always easy as it seems to be, right? And there is self doubt, like, what am I doing is right? Is it like worth doing it? There's so many questions, so many doubts that come to you, and then I think you should give yourself a day or two, or in my case I just try it out, to be very honest. It's just that you just vent out all your emotions. And you can also have, like, in my case, I have a very supportive family. My husband, I think whenever I have I just need to vent it out, I just do vent it out. And then you're back to normal, you're back to going it all again. And dealing with people, I'd say, everybody have their own opinion. So if you're just thinking that, array, what will people think about me, or having that, array, what will people say, then what's the point of, where is your opinion, right? So you just have to be like, it's okay, whatever people say, it's their opinion, but you have to do your thing. So
I
it's
think
hard.
that's where it's the beginning point of starting to develop a thick skin of
Yeah, you have to be like thick skin, like, you have to have it, otherwise you can't survive. How will you do it?
Yeah, because you need to persist and you need to have that conviction in terms of what you believe, what you stand for, and and it's really beautiful to see how Avyannaa brand has developed, has its offering. Avyannaa has a beautiful website. It has a lot of products that why don't you introduce us what kind of products you're offering?
So I'll tell you. So basically, we offer you products that are made from neem, bamboo, coconut, cork. and they all are natural products. So we are trying to help you with chemical free products. And the basic notion that people have is that, sustainable products or organic products in general are expensive. But to be very honest, they're not expensive. Yeah, they could be slightly higher price than a normal toothbrush, but the notion of people not buying it is like, it's expensive, we can't afford it. But it's not expensive. It's just, so we are giving you options that are chemical free yet affordable also. They're not
Hmm.
highly priced. We're
Hmm.
giving it like, options for everybody to help contribute themselves for the environment. That's the
Uh,
entire this.
okay, so what the word that stuck with me is you mentioned about a toothbrush. So can you just mention a few more items that we usually deal with in our daily life
So
that you guys are offering?
yes, yes. So we use like things like a comb. Like I offer neem comb. They're made of neem wood. Then we have tongue cleaners. We have laptop sleeves. We have coconut cutleries. Like they're made of real coconut, and they're not varnished or anything. They're just made of coconut shell. Then we convert it into a bowl, a teacup. So yeah, all of these.
And what is typically the shelf life of these products?
So for my toothbrushes and every like daily like things that we use daily, it's 3 to 4 months. And coconut cutleries, it's like as much as you can use it. You just need to take care, like how you take care of your ceramic things. Same, you take care of your coconut cutleries. And cork is something that you can use it for a lifetime, like until you don't get bored of it, because it doesn't break and it's so
Hmm.
sturdy and it's lightweight. So if you have kids around your home, or you need trays, they look fancy, earthy, yet they're very good. They don't break. So yeah.
Hmm. I think more of having sustainability as a thought in your mind and your approach towards what product you choose in your life is a matter of having a long-term vision. And this initiative that you have taken is we see it as a thought leadership in terms of encouraging more people to have products which are more environmental friendly, planet friendly. And it is not that today it's going to help you. It is something is going to impact maybe
The
uh,
future
the future
generation.
generations. And for someone to have that line of thought is really great. And at the same time, it is challenging to put across this school of thinking for in the customers that you are trying to target. And trying to it's not only trying to capture the market of those people who are sustainability conscious or climate conscious, but also trying to spread the awareness more, to educate more people that why they should be responsible about selecting the products that they use. So talking about challenges, Vishaka, what is the best thing about entrepreneurship that you can mention, and what is the most challenging thing in entrepreneurship?
So I'll tell you what the best thing is. The best thing is you wake up every day and you're like, oh, I have to do this for my own brand. So this is the difference. Like when people are working for somebody, they have that limited this. They have to go back to their home. But an entrepreneur is, I think, they wake up with the thought, they sleep with the thought. There's no holiday as such. Even if you're out, in the back of your mind you have that, oh, I have a business to run, I have this problem at this and I have to solve it. And
Mm,
the most challenging part would be like, it's like entrepreneurial journey is a very lonely journey. You're the leader. So
mm,
you always have that stake. What if things go wrong? What if the
mm,
approach that I'm using is not right? And in my case, the added difficulty I would say is to convince the customers, because it's a D2C market, and
mm,
convincing people to just leave their plastic toothbrush or a plastic bottle and switch to something more natural. Convince them is a challenge.
mm, mm.
So
Awesome, awesome. So I think it is something which is a part and parcel of entrepreneurship, and
yeah, yeah.
it has to be it has to be assumed. Uh, how is burnout in your case, and have you been facing burnout since you have started uh, 6 months back, and how do you manage it?
So I think, yeah, there are a lot of burnouts. I think there are days when you just feel like you have so much to do, yet you're not giving your 100% because you're so burnt out. What I have started doing is I take a day off, one, and the other is the days when I'm really exhausted, I go to my garden. It's my go-to place where there are a lot of plants. I'm just like, I love plants and greenery in general. So I just go take a deep breath and just or go for a walk in the garden where you can just give yourself time. I don't want people around me during that time. And yeah, it's just like taking breaks, I'd say, is very important.
That's a sign of a true entrepreneur. The soul of your business is the planet, and I think to deal with burnout, you go back to the planet and
Yeah, yeah. Like I love being around my plants, and we have like really nice garden. So it's just that I love that place more than any place in my house. I think I go to that one area where it's green. So yeah.
yeah. Awesome. So currently, what's the mode of selling your products? How are you selling your products? Where, if people want to buy your products, how can they buy it from you?
So it's for now online. We have website, we have Instagram, we have WhatsApp groups. So it's all online. You can reach us out on Instagram,
And that's
WhatsApp.
pan India
Pan
service.
India. Yeah. It's pan India.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, I encourage all of you guys to, at least have a look at the website and the kind of products she's offering, and also consider switching to more sustainable products in case of the daily lifestyle products that you use. All right, Vishaka, tell me, entrepreneurship is not easy. Being a woman, more so, the society has recently started being open about women in leadership and women entrepreneurs. So how has your journey been? You mentioned that your family is supportive, but beyond the family, have you faced any kind of challenges just because you are a woman and an entrepreneur leading a company?
Yeah. In India, I think still a lot of people need time to, have that mindset that, women can be leaders. So when I talk to artisans, when I talk to vendors, initially they were like, Acha, you're talking to a lady. She might not be as serious. And plus, I think women can do multitasking. That, they've always been multitasking people, and they
They're
can
born with
manage.
this power.
They have that power of personally and professionally managing everything, right?
Hmm.
So I think it is difficult to convince people at times. They have that notion, oh, it's a women led brand. But I think over time, and I told you, you have to be thick skinned. You have to be what you are and, take it or leave it. You can't do much
Yes.
about it.
I believe these are superficial things. When the value chain starts, the value addition starts to the people around you, those people who have such mindsets. And I think it's wrong to blame such people. It is how the cultural mindset
Yeah,
has
it's the
been.
societal background also, right?
Yes, yes. But then I think when the value sets in, and that's when the perspectives start, evolving into yes, it's a matter of pride that you know women are taking this on them to lead organizations and create an impact in the society. Awesome. All right, talking about managing a business, you are new to this. Have you ever before starting Avyannaa, you had a chance at entrepreneurship, or is it the first time?
So before starting Avyannaa, I was a sustainability writer. Plus, I used to help my husband with his work, and then so that also helped me a lot. And before that, like before my marriage, also I was working. I was helping my father. So I've always been in that phase where I have been doing things. So I
Hmm.
think that actually helped me and gave me courage to start something of my own.
Where I'm coming from is, Vishaka, that goal setting is a very crucial thing. This is something that we have been doing from our childhoods, be it for our education or our examinations, or at work, whatever capacity, wherever we do that. Being an entrepreneur, how important is goal setting to you, and how do you practice it?
So goal setting is very important. It can be like everyday goals, it can be short term goals, it could be long term goals. But to start, to have your own company, you have to have goals so that people who are working for you have that vision that you are also carrying. So I think you need to have time bound goals. Like what I do every day is, like, every day I sit, when I come to office, I jot down things that I need to do. That gives me, like, think, okay, I have to do this, and then I have my short term goals, then I have my long term goals. So I think goal setting is something that is really important. It gives you direction, basically.
Correct. And give me an honest answer. Are you able to complete all the things that you put down in your to-do list?
No. It's
So
difficult.
that's precisely I'm asking, how do you deal with that thing?
So what I do is, so there are days when I work extra so that the previous day's work is, and every day sometimes you are like, you can't give so much time. So the next day you finish that work, you give a little extra time and you complete that work. That's what I do. Because not every day you can be 100%. There are days when you're 90%, 40%, 20%.
Absolutely.
So those days when you're 100%, you give your best so that the previous day's work is completed.
Absolutely. Superb. Are you an avid reader?
Sorry?
Are you an avid reader? Books?
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you?
I love reading books. It's something like I love reading books.
Tell me, at the onset of your entrepreneurial journey, were there any books that you chose to pursue or read that could help you at a personal level, productivity level, business? Any such book?
So, to be very honest, I love Om Swami books. Like, I just love Om Swami books. So, there was this one particular book called The Heart of Success, which I really liked. Then there was this book called Mindful that I really liked. Then I actually like Indra Nooyi for some reason. So, I read her
Yes,
book when
yes.
it came. And there was this book called The Lean Startup by Eric. So that kind, like, these books I was reading through my, like, this,
Yeah, and these are the books I think people can pick up, which uh, they are really helpful books that can help you in your journey of especially the lean startup helps you you know
yeah, it's like it
yes, it really
helps
helps
you.
you.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So tell me how your work experience has been in the past 6 months. Has it? How have you been, maintaining your mental sanity, and how do you maintain your physical wellness?
So, what I feel is mental wellness is equally important as physical wellness. And to be a entrepreneur, you have to have your physical fitness as well as mental fitness. So, something that I practice every day is, like, I go for a walk. It just gives you that me time so that you get ready for the day. I exercise and then I meditate for 10 minutes. Whether, the days I don't meditate for 10 minutes, other days I don't make up, like, give my 100%. So it's just like, these
Yes.
are the thing I really do. Like, because Bombay mornings are madness. You're always running, basically. So you need to have that point of sanity. So I think these three things help me have my sanity.
Yeah, and one very key thing that you just mentioned is that you practice it. It is not a matter of हाँ ठीक है time निकाल लेंगे वक्त निकाल लेंगे नहीं नहीं मिलता है chance. You don't get that space and time to pursue your routine exercise regime or whatever. It has to be consciously taken an
Yeah.
effort towards it and practiced on a consistent basis because that is what keeps you going as an entrepreneur. Um, all right, so. Before I have a few questions about team building and management, but before that I would like to touch upon um, since you are from the e-com space and currently selling your products online, so how has your marketing approach been with respect to digital?
So basically, I have been trying to grow it organically. I've been, doing things like reaching out to influencers. I have been trying to build my brand. So today, any business has to go online. Like, that's the thing. But it's not so easy as it sounds. to develop the market is also difficult. To make people aware about your brand is also a challenge. So I do a lot of marketing things on Facebook, Instagram, on website, and try reaching out to people. So yeah.
Any since you mentioned about growing your brand organically on the social media platforms, any tactical tip that you would want to give out entrepreneurs that can help them get some traction on an organic front on either Instagram or Facebook, that what works?
So something that has really worked is making, I think, reels. Trending reels are something that are catchy, and it helps you get your organic traffic that you want. That is
Hmm.
there, and you have to, I think, learn to meet people online, talk to them about your work, and then collaborate with them. So that's the tip that I can give.
Yes, it's not about just managing the account with the help of content that you deploy on it. It
Yeah,
is also engaging in real time with people from your domain and your uh, relevance point.
yeah.
All right, talking about team building, how has your journey been on team building?
So to be honest, building a team is very important. Like getting the right people is something, you learn over the time. You miss a lot of, like, you they say, right, when you do a lot of wrong things, then you find the right thing. So for me it was like, I like, not all people that I got were really good, but then slowly I'm in that process where now I know what exactly kind of team I need, what kind of people I need who can see my vision and work towards it. So I think having a vision and then finding the right people is something which is difficult, but you learn over the time.
One tip that you would want to give people who are starting up, being in the first 6 months or 1 year at a very early stage, and it's a matter of making sale, having money, then hiring people, or hiring people that can help you make sale and then earn money. It's a matter of, you know, what comes first. So, how has your approach been? And one tip that you would want to give
So
aspiring audience?
I think I would go with the second one. You hire people and they help you grow sales, because one thing I've realized is, you can't do everything on your own. You can't be like doing everything. Then you miss the thing that are really important. But if you hire somebody, you can give your work, you can delegate work basically, and then you can look at the bigger things as well, right? So I go for the second approach where you hire people and then they help you grow your sales, and growing sales is something which is very difficult and equally important.
Yes.
So, and plus
Yeah.
there's so many aspects towards it. There's a finance aspect, there is sales, there's marketing, there's so many things which you can't do alone. So yeah.
Correct. Correct. And can you talk about your, team management rituals? How do you keep your team motivated?
So, what I do is I talk to my employees a lot. So, you actually get a lot of learning from them as well. So, you have to talk them out. They also might be facing some problem. They might not, sometimes the vision that you have, not necessarily they understand it, but to make sure that they're doing what they're doing and keep them motivated, you have to talk to them. You have to be a little, empathetic that okay, they also can have problems, so we have to support them and then they support you back. So it's a give
Hmm.
and take relationship. So that's how, and I also help them for a learning experience. Like if I am learning something, I want them also to learn and grow with me. It can't always be like, you're only learning, right? You
Hmm.
have to help them also grow so that they also feel acha they're growing. So that's how I manage. Like,
Correct. Correct. I think in the first year of entrepreneurship, it's very tricky when it comes to team building, and I want to know from you that uh, being an entrepreneur is like being a salesman all the time. You have to,
yeah.
sell your idea, concept, products, and the vision, the mission that you are on. So while hiring people, you said that it is the team that comes first, and then business follows, and you need to start delegating. But while onboarding, while the salaries and the package that you offer is there, for someone to start working with you, which is new, it has a purpose. Have you been at a point where you had to convince people, sell your vision and why they should work with you, and how has that experience been for you?
Yes, absolutely. I have done that. It's like when you're starting, you can't give a lot of, like high packages also. And, to find people who are doing it like right is slightly difficult. And so I think you learn, you have to sell yourself, to be very honest. As in, you have to sell your company. If you work with me in 2-3 years, you get that growth, and you
Hmm.
have to be in that constant, but you can't promise high salaries right there, because that is
Correct,
something
correct,
which is, you can't afford it at that point, right? You have to
correct,
be like, you have so many, I think being starting a startup, there's so many expenses, you have to balance it out all.
correct. It's like juggling.
Yeah, you're juggling from here, there, everywhere.
Correct. Superb. So, before I go on to ask you a bit about the most buzzing thing happening around is the metaverse. Before that, I want to also touch upon what kind of potential your industry has. The sustainability sector. What would you say about that?
I feel sustainability is the future. If we are living in a planet where things are serious, like we can take the example of the Ganpati Visarjan that's happening. Now, a lot of people are doing it in an eco friendly way, but still, there are lots of Ganpatis that are going inside the water every year.
Hmm.
Like, there's so many things, like we use so much plastic in general that we have to stop, otherwise it's how are you going to survive till the future, or for the future generations. So I think sustainability is something that has to happen and is the future. And
Correct.
yeah.
So the audience on the live stream, uh, we have got a question that there are sustainability products available in the market, sustainable products available in the market, and in fact the markets are flooded with those. So, having started a new brand in this space, what do you think about the competition, and how do you see your business, which is differentiator in this space?
So basically, yes, I agree. There's a lot of competition, and like every new day, you have somebody who's coming up with this new thing. But as a differentiator, I think the after sales service that you give is something that is really important. And plus, the quality products, the products that you buy from us, they are quality products. You won't be disappointed with the quality that we give you and the price that we give you. So that is our edge
Mm.
towards the competition.
Super, super. So tell me, have you thought about, imagine your business in the metaverse, the Web 3.0 is, we are just, at the onset of this new evolution of the internet. And how do you think metaverse can, you can be leveraged for your business?
I think metaverse is the future and so is sustainability. So they go hand in hand. They, I think in future people will be able to experience the way that what are they doing to the earth in an in a 3D effect. They actually understand what they're doing to the planet, and that's how they will understand the need for using products that are sustainable. So I think metaverse and sustainability is something that is going hand in hand.
Mm, mm.
So, and it's something that is really complementary. You give the experience and people
It's really
understand.
interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting, how it can be leveraged, how the metaverse can be leveraged to give people a real-time experience of what could be the wrath of the nature when people are being, irresponsible or less responsible towards the planet. All right, so we are just towards the conclusion of this session today. It has been a wonderful conversation with you. Before we wrap up today, I want to ask you the three challenges you are currently facing as an entrepreneur.
So the three challenges that I'm really facing is a convincing people, and the other I really want people to be aware is of that they should actually focus on recycling their old clothes. Like sustainability fashion is also something that we have a habit of buying new things without thinking. So now we all need to be mindful consumers, so we
Hmm.
help to reduce, reuse and recycle. And the
Hmm.
third thing is Finding the right people, actually. It is an ongoing process. It never stops. So yeah, these are the three
Yes.
things that I am actually facing.
I think so. I'll just try to reconstruct the three things that you mentioned. Correct me if I'm going a little off track. So first is that you want more people to be aware about the category of products that you category of the type of products that you're offering, sustainable products, and be more aware about why they should adopt that. Second, second is about how people should be more mindful about
Correct.
you know
Using things or buying new things. Think before they buy.
correct. And I think the third thing that you mentioned about is the team building aspect, as to building the right kind of people, and
Yeah.
getting the right kind of people and skills and the character, more importantly. All right, so the last question before we wrap up today is your three learnings from your journey so far.
The three learnings I'd say is, I think the person I was 6 months back, I'm not that person anymore. I have got a lot of confidence in terms of, my business has given me a new identity. So that's the biggest learning. And then one more thing that I've learned is that you have to keep going. Whatever stops you or whatever, just go. Take the step and just take it. And be mindful, like towards anything you have to be mindful. Like it comes, you have to be mindful all the time, while you're eating, while you're buying. It's not only a just a thing that you have to be mindful at a particular time, but you have to be mindful and present all over the time. That will help you and make you a better person in general also.
Correct. Mindful more so for environmentally and socially towards people around
And
you.
mentally also, being, we all have that notion that if somebody is not as, say smart, we have that attitude, no, this person is not. But if we are mindful, we become more generous and we understand in a better depth.
Correct. Superb. This was an amazing conversation with you, Vishakha. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
talking about Avyannaa. It's a wonderful initiative, and I'm sure this is going to scale up, and you're going to have you're going to add more and more meaningful people in your team, and I'm sure that even I'm going to try a few products from you, and
Done, done, done.
experience the neem comb and the coconut shell products that you offer. Uh, Thank you for joining us today. Any closing
Thank you
statements?
so much. Sorry.
Any closing statements?
Just keep going. It's like you have to start and you just have to keep going and learning, growing and going.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
thank you
Vishakha.
so much, everyone. Thank
Yes,
you so
would
much,
love to catch
Amrit.
up with you offline. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, for sure. Okay,
Great.
bye.
Bye.